Here we have the 97 Dodge Ram Van 2500 3.9 liter. Today we are doing the neutral safety switch. It's throwing a code for it, P1899. I've had problems with it where it's in park and it doesn't want to start. You have to put it in neutral for it to start, and it also starts in gear, which is a no-no. So right now it's starting to finally throw codes for it. It's been over a year now since I've had these symptoms pop up on the van, and so pretty much it's going to be on your transmission underneath the vehicle. It'll be on the driver's side location of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop underneath really quick. We're gonna get right underneath where this footstep is, and as you can see, the transmission right here. Zoom out a little bit. So we have our transmission all right here. The part that we want is tucked away and covered in grease. So right up here, this piece right. Alright, so we have this piece right here. You have this wire that comes down. It'll be behind this bar here, right in front of the transmission. So it's going to be this piece here. There's a good sized nut that we take off the whole piece with. I'm going to figure out how to try and get this connector off, considering that it's covered in grease and it's at a weird angle that I can't really see what I'm grabbing or what I'm trying to like wiggle loose. So we're going to go ahead and get this pulled off and try to get this old neutral safety switch out. First, before I do that though, I definitely am going to douse this thing in some WD-40 or a nut blaster or something that can soak it, get some of this grime off, and hopefully loosen this bolt up, since it looks like it might be a little stuck on there considering it's pretty in there. But let's see if we can go from the top, guys. So yeah, this guy right here. I don't know if this is a better angle for you, but we're going to see if we can get this off. Alright, so we have it right here. I've got the plug off. It just pulls straight off. Doesn't twist or nothing. I've got this loosened. I had to loosen this transmission bolt right here. So we able to go down inside there because the screw that pokes up through here blocks it. Now this, when it comes off, goes to your transmission fluid. So be quick. That's my best advice. Be quick, because you're going to lose some transmission fluid from this thing when you pull this off. So unless you want to try and plug it or, you know, do whatever you need to do, but it's definitely going to leak some fluid. So I'm going to try to use two hands, get this thing off, and see if we can't throw in the other one without losing too much transmission fluid. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's go. Alright, so I went ahead and attached the piece onto the car, and obviously when I did, some more transmission oil had come out the transmission box, but it wasn't too much. I was able to pop that in there really quick, tighten it back down, realized that the code was still going off, so I believe the harness or electrical connector is also damaged, so we're going to go ahead and do that in this video as well. So what we're going to do next with this is undo our battery right here. That way I can mess with the connector, and then you can go from underneath, or you can just take out the inside of the engine bay, and right underneath here you're going to get this connector right here. I've already disconnected it. This goes to my plug in that's right around there. And I changed the I changed the neutral. Alright, so with the battery unplugged and the inside dash removed for the engine, what's next is right under here. If you go right back here, see if I can get an angle on it. So I already have it unplugged, but this right here is my neutral safety switch connector. I don't know if you can see it, but the wires are exposed, a little frayed. And when I changed the neutral safety switch, I was still getting the code for that, and I was still able to start my car in any like drive, neutral, park, reverse. I started that thing in anything. With it unplugged, it won't start at all. So I'm hoping that with the new plug that I have for it, the connector, I went and bought one from AutoZone. We're going to see how that connects, and we're going to get that all put together right now. I've got a wire stripper and everything, so let's go ahead and get that started. So I went ahead and got my new neutral safety switch connector started. I got the wires frayed. I've got my connectors right here. They just slide right into there, and I crimp them down so they stay. Now what we're going to do is mark and know which wire is which, because we're going to hook it up exactly the same way. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut all 3 wires right here, right at the tip, get a clean cut. Then we're going to use our wire cutters to fray these wires the same way we did with the last ones. Get them all nice and set up, and then when that's done, from there we're going to connect both of these on each end and use wire cutters to fray it down, pinch it, and then once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it with some electrical tape. If you have more of this heat resistant covers, definitely put that back on, or go buy some from any local auto parts store. But with that done, I'm gonna go ahead and get this switched up, see if we can get this out. So I came underneath the car. It was a little hard to get a good angle on it because it is back here just a little bit past the opening of where the engine goes. But right here is the neutral safety switch we replaced. Looks so nice and shiny. Up here I've got my wires started. So I just lined up each wire the same way that this was plugged in, frayed each wire, and got it all started. I saw that this wire in the middle was a little damaged up higher, so I had to cut it down a little bit further to make it all line up right. So I got everything lined up. I'm about to attach my last wire, so again I'm gonna place this over here like this, and then when I'm gonna put the camera down, obviously, because I don't have the tools to do it, but I'm gonna pinch this side shut and then do the same thing with the wired end of the noob connector. And then once that's all done, I'm going to electrical tape this all nice and together so it's nice and tight, not loose, and we're going to connect it and give it a try. So let's go ahead and finish up this job and see how it goes. Alright, so we've got this all connected together now, and one last thing I am going to do before I electrical tape it is I got a lighter, and these are heat activated little tightener electrical shits, I don't know what you want to call them, but each end we're going to heat up and it's going to shrink the plastic tight up against this. So we're going to do that with the lighter now and then get it all put back together and see how it goes. Alright, so we got it put on, everything taped up, the heat plastic on there tightened down, and I went ahead and started it, and it started great. Sorry about the wind today, it's pretty fucking windy. But we are done with the neutral safety switch on a 97 Dodge Ram van, 3.9 liter. It is not throwing any more codes for it. It was a P1899. That code has not come back yet. I just test drove it. But we will see in the next few days. Hopefully it stays off. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, subscribe. Share my stuff. I do tons of cars, tons of issues. Let's figure this stuff out together.